Alright, what's good YouTube peeps? It's your boy Nate OG. Um, Working on this vid, kind of like a quick tutorial vid on Audacity, sampling Audacity from my homie DJ D-Man. Shout out to my big homie. What up, fam? So you asked for a quick, like a kind of like a tutorial on how to use Audacity to sample MP3s. Um, so as you can see, I um, opened the actual program, and it opens up like this to this interface. So once you open it, after you open it and open the program, all you have to do is go to wherever you have your music at on your on your on your computer. I don't record from vinyl into it. I just use already MP3s, like you find vinyl rips and stuff, like stuff off the internet, this MP3 format. So like for me, I go to my music folder. Music folder. This is what I use for my MP3s. Had videos and songs and stuff. So it's going to be a quick tutorial, and it's pretty much drag and drop. So the same way like the MPC 1000, 2500, 500 have USB capability. This is kind of like how you would go about doing it. Instead of like dragging and dropping into the MP USB, you just drag and drop your file out here. So what I'm doing is look for a sample. I'm taking this particular sample, and drag it, left click, use your left mouse click button or your left click button on your laptop, and just drag it and drop it to the program. You see it's loading. Alright, so from here, trying to get the right distance. So from here, you see the wave format. You can hit spacebar or play to play it. So you see it moving. You see the waveform. As far as playing, if you want to pick out your parts, this is how I do it. I just play the song. So here's something I like. Alright, so you play that. If you want to like sample or take chops or sample from MP3, you left click to get that. Left click to get this line right here, and then you pretty much take your left mouse click, left click button, and however long you want to sample. Normally I count bars, but just doing it for kind of like an exercise. I'm just left click and drag, then unclick. This is actually version 2 point something or other. It's the actual newer version, so the older version you would cut and do all that under your edit window. So to cut, copy, to remove audio, to cut samples, you hit remove audio. Then you go to cut, so you see the chop is gone. Then you go up here, trying to get the best angle. Then you go up here to where it says File, open a new program. So you see you got the new one open. Then you hit Control and the letter V. Control and the letter V to paste it in paste the chop. So after you've done this, you got your sample. You can always adjust, like to edit, if you want to edit your start point, like what I'm going to do here. Since I got that little lag, you can left click. Wait a minute. So you left click the beginning, same way you would do a chop. You would left click the beginning, left click and drag, and click it to drop. So you left click, you highlight, you drop. Then you can pretty much hit delete after you if you want to tighten up your start and end points. So you would hit left mouse click, to highlight and drag to highlight the section you want. If you want to adjust your start points, you can always do that. Left click highlight, drag the cursor where you want it, and then stop it, and then delete to trim it up to make it tight. So now what you see is the whole section across. So if you want to do like start it, so you start it. Normally I'm counting bars, but this I'm actually just not counting bars. I'm just using it to teach you how to use it. So you see it scrolls all the way apart as it's playing. Alright, so you stop that. Suppose you want to add effects to it. If you want to, speed it up, change, normalize EQ. I've been EQing my samples lately, as my homie Geronimo Ye and Logic Bomb DC producer have been teaching me to get a fuller sound of EQ samples. So if you want to edit the samples as far as effects and stuff and whatnot, you're going to go up here to where it says effect, and then you see you have all these bass boost, change speed, tempo, click removal, compressor, EQ, echo, noise normalize, noise removal, so on and so forth. Wah-wah filter. So suppose you want to, for instance, if I want to put an effect on it, if I wanted to, try to get this right angle, so if I wanted to change speed, which in Audacity does it by percents. So it does it like by percentage instead of like actual dialing in the tempo. This changes the pitch as well as the speed. So suppose I want to change the speed, and you see where it says percent change. You can always click in here and delete the 0. That means no change. But me, normally I don't do above, if I'm speeding something up, I don't do it above 7%. Depending on the sample, 7 to 8%. So this is how I do it as far as like adjusting the speed where it changes the pitch as well. This is what I do to speed up samples. I could do it in AMP, but it's easier for me to do it all inside Audacity before I transfer the file. So I can do it. I can time stretch in AMP. I just learned how to do that. I've been studying how to do that. So after you dial in your percentage, you can always slow it down by putting a negative in front of it. Put a negative value in front of it, but you can also preview it. So you see where it says preview. You see it preview and only play so many seconds of it, of the sample. If you wanna keep that, like you see where it says you hit OK to make the change the speed to 7%. Okay, so then you get that shows the sample speeded up, where just the pitch as well as changes the pitch, keeps the pitch the same, but changes the speed as well. But you can also EQ samples. So if you want to add another effect, like normally I'll like using drums and stuff like that, it's good for drum layering, like the homie Overlord said. He actually touched on this. So if you want to EQ or compress, however you or you can add echo, reverb, stuff like that. So the EQ, when it comes to samples, this is kind of like the grid. This is the grid of what, the range of, where it's at, zeroed out, but then I had mine at 3, just for vocal samples. So it actually helps, because sometimes I actually, that's all I use for it. I only put it at 3 dB for samples, but for drums I might do it like 6 or something like that if I'm making my own kit. So if you want to, you have a preview button here. Yeah, the preview to where you can play it. You see it previewing, and it previews the same way it does with Audacity, with Audition or any other Reaper, After Rex, Slice X, NXC, if you use software, EXS24 for Logic, you know, how all those work. So if you want to apply the change, the effect, anytime you apply a change, you hit OK to make that change known. And it's, you know, you have under effects, I have Isotope, which is a dope vinyl, lo-fi vinyl sound. So you get, these are all different, you know, effects you could put on. Like me, I have what I used to use for the soul tape. You got, instead of reverb, you got G-verb, you got power limiter. This will be used for drums and vocals. This is Isotope. So this is Isotope vinyl. This is Isotope vinyl. This is how it appears to the naked eye. So what I do is I made a up under the actual. You could adjust the parameters also on the different sliders. Like you see, you have mechanical noise, wear, noise, dust, scratch. I think there's warp depth. You can make your own presets and save them. So like if I want to make a preset mechanical noise, I might want up here. Wear, I might want up here. Electronical noise, dust, I might want up here. This is kind of how you make your own presets in Isotope vinyl. And warp depth I might want like right here. So if you wanted to, then over here you have the warp model of where you want it at. You can always mess with the things. Over here you have basically how you make your stuff sound. Wait a minute. You could turn it up or turn it down for the amount of that. Another slider if you want to increase the amount to how many scratches. This is for. So this is for. That's for the scratch, and this is for something else. Then another effect you could put is to kind of. You could actually see it right here. You get like the year that the recording was recorded. You could change from 2000 all the way down to 2000 all the way up to 1930. So what I do is I usually do mine, set mine in 1970. BPM I leave that at 33. It's set to stereo samples. It's set to bypass on. So if you want to preview the sample with it. See, it sounds a lot more dirtier and grittier, kind of like how the old school, 2000 XL, 60s and stuff like that bit crunch, that distortion, that dirty sound. So that's what you can do to that. So after you set your parameters, you're going to go up here. Oops, sorry. You're going to go up here to where it says. So where it says save. And these are two presets I made. You save them. You can give them like, your own name underneath, to name it. Give it a name. Save it. So now if you want to load it, so as far as the Isotope, so if you want to load it, you load, and then let's try to get this right. You see all these over here. You just click on it and hit open for Isotope vinyl. So it's kind of like tutorial, all types of plugins. So open, then you see you got it. Your program's ran. You can just preview it, hit OK to apply it. So alright, so after you sample, you add your effects, your speed, your filters, your reverb, your wah-wah, whatever, what have you. If you want to export the project or into WAV format, so to read your MP3, your MPCs, your softwares that use WAV in different formats. By nature, when you get this program, it only exports to WAV. But you have to, if you want to do MP3s, you have to do a plugin. You have to actually download a plugin. So if you want to export as WAV, and I'll show you how to install a plugin and everything in the next vid. If you want to export your sample as WAV, like the homie D-Man Q said, hit File, then hit Export, and then down here what you can see is it's a drop down box. So you see it, you know, these are all the files. Wait a minute. All the file formats that it could read, except for MP3. You had to install it in Lane MP3 encoder for that, but just convert it to WAV. I'll show you how to do it in the next tutorial. But you just export as WAV. And the WAV is going to be for like your MPCs and your different softwares. It's going to be the Microsoft. You can see this Microsoft signed 16-bit WAV. So that's what I use for my MPC. Go up here, give it a name. So call it Anita 1. You go also up here. Up here is where your to save it as, save it in. So if you have a folder, you know, for your different, like these are all folders from my desktop, but you have a folder where you keep your samples at for projects. You can make a folder on your desktop and send it to that. You can always adjust the parameters over here by going to desktop, libraries, computer, if you have external devices and things like that. So for this one, since I got a project, this is how I do my beat tapes. I make the actual folders, as you can see, of all the beat tapes I want to get done. So this is like the Anita tape. Save it in Anita tape. See it's empty. Gave it a name, and then you hit save. To export as a WAV, you just hit save. But make sure it's on that Windows, that Microsoft assigned. Microsoft. Let's see. It's gonna be on this one. This is what I use. WAV Microsoft signed 16-bit PCM WAV. That's what I use for my MPC and things. And also it works on drum kits for like when you're chopping and making your own beats and chopping drum breaks. You want to export them as WAV and add text to them, kind of, you know, if you edit them that way. So if you need to use them in any other technique. So you hit save. You can always tag it if you want. Like when I do my beat tapes before I got Bandcamp, I would tag with my artist info and the title. So like up here. So like up here, you can give it like your name, the track, the album. You don't have to number it if you don't want to, because like if you upload to Bandcamp, you could sometimes things fall out of sync as far as numbering. So I usually just give it a name, and then you can always edit it Bandcamp and switch the order around. You guys genre, comments if there's any comments. So this is all your tagging. If you use WAV or MP3, you can tag with your artist info, content, you know, track title, things like that. So after that, since a WAV, for WAVs I don't tag. You hit to do it as a WAV to export it. Hit OK. Normally it loads. To let you know that it's been completed. To let you know it's been completed. Most times when it's a longer WAV. But you can always go down to your documents folder. And since it was on my desktop, scroll down. See it's on my desktop. So it's a Anita tape, and then here's the sample. So that's the sample that I just took. Then this is it. Windows Player, After Effects are all added to it and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much a brief walkthrough for the Audacity tutorial. Kind of broke it down bit by bit. Sorry for the shot of camera action because of the BlackBerry. So I had to zoom in and zoom out and move all that. Plus, if I use my video cam, it only records and moves, so it's a bigger file, so it'll take longer to upload. But yeah, it's your boy Nate OG. So showing you a brief walkthrough how to use Audacity to sample, add effects, export, everything like that. So it's your boy Nate OG for D-Man Q. Hopefully this helps you out, big homie. And let me know what you think. If this helps you, I'll be sure to make a more in-depth one when I get a better cam or a tripod or something. So I'm going to do another vid for what I told you guys about backing up your drum kits from disc. If you still get drums on disc from friends and family, if you used to get them online, I'm going to show you how to back those up to your hard drive. Alright, so in the next video, your boy Nate OG, deuces.